Hello, everyone. I just couldn't stop this track. This track owns me. Hey, Andy. Hey, Anne. Hey, Elma. Elma, ice cream doesn't, and Andy as well, ice cream isn't food. I agree. But considering he's not going to be eating for a very long time, that is food. How are we doing? Great reactions, right? Such a nice, comfy discussion. Hey, Aishu. Fluffy, yeah, Fluffy. I'm good, I guess. I don't know. I lost track of how I'm feeling. If we don't manage to rant about something, this update is going to be formatted quickly, and then we're gonna do something, I don't know what, and then I don't know why I feel like streaming something, like a game, later. I kind of feel like I do need casual socializing. It's a short update, but it's heartwarming. Glad to hear that. You're still reading? You're still there. Oh yeah, I already reacted to it on the channel, sorry. Yeah, it is a short update. I was wondering if I should just add a few panels from next update, but I thought it's better like this, I guess. We have I think I have a few commentary here and there for this update. You like it as it is? Glad to hear that. You're all very kind to me. Because a lot of creators always talk about, oh, too short updates, stuff like that. I never got any type of these things, so it was a good relaxing breeze to take it. Yeah, and we're seeing more of White just maybe processing. Are you too good now? I guess, I don't know. Fear leads to blind anger. It might be easier for someone to catch their lover cheating than to have doubts that they might be. Is this observation? Is this experience? Considering who his mother is. Is it? Is it? That's your trivia for the day. The serious trivia for the day. He's smiling, a little scary smile, but sure, step one. I trust your judgment on these things, and I see that what you do is better for you. Thank you, and I do think about it really seriously, and I have given other people who asked me about updates, because I did notice that I've never gotten this comment, like, oh, it's short or something, because I kind of put all the effort to always be ahead first, and second, to never update without like I sometimes follow webtoons, especially webtoons, not official ones, but like on Canvas, and sometimes a creator would update and I'm like, I wish you would ask me. I would tell you no. delay it by a week and make these 2 episodes together, because sometimes the update doesn't have anything at all. Oh, ad is gonna start soon. At least we know, so I don't say anything extra important. I considered that, and Lana, of course you did. Of course you did. Welcome, Blue. But yeah, I imagine a lot of scenarios that White went through in those early 5 years. Ugh. I follow webtoon that updates bi-weekly, but it's super short. I'd rather wait a month and get a good chunk. It's not just about the chunk, it's about the content. Like sometimes you... If anybody here is like aiming to be a webtoon artist or create a story and share it online, which is the way to go at this day and age, I feel, always give something. I think I talked about it on my Colosso course. Wait, just a sec. Thanks for the follow. But yeah, I always mention it, like, just give something. Even if it's like, I remember I gave the example of it. Don't just update someone getting up in the morning, sitting in bed, and then end the update. Like, what did you give? Someone who got a notification about your story is excited to see an update, not see nothing. They're not there for the art. A lot of people are following artists for the art, but if they're following you for a story and they have notifications on for a story, they want something. And then I added it with a very serious joke, like, unless bedhead in itself is a treat, you know? Or like, I don't know, now I think about it, like, if there is like someone who sleeps topless or something and you just give them something visually. It's not always like have to be, oh, a reveal or some information, but don't just invite people to some to open your story to find nothing but like 3 panels of nothing. So yeah, even when I don't think I've ever shared 1 page. I've always had the minimum of 2 pages, but even if I go with 2 pages or 1 page, I will make sure that they have something. And it's not me thinking too much. I feel like this should be the norm. This should be the requirement, not the norm. But yeah, Black, I don't know, this panel just annoys me. For some reason. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's make it like this. And... like black and white eating ice cream can be enough for an hour. Yeah, and we have White confessing again? Boy has no chill. Irrational boy, the one that represents the mind, is the one who has confessed how many times now? I suppose I'm so used to small creators who give 1 page at a time that content is less vital as much as the overall experience. That's why I love rereading. I see. I don't know. I'm critical of it, not from a reader. I feel like if I am a reader, I'm more sympathetic. But I'm kind of a little bit of a serious creator. And if you want to be a serious creator, you gotta take it seriously. And taking it seriously is to always give your audience something. I don't remember any examples, and even if I did, I would never call out someone. I'm in no position to call out anyone, but yeah, I feel like there are some wrong practices with updates, generally speaking. Another thing I mentioned in the course is a lot of people start their storytelling or their webtoon, webcomic career or hobby feeling that they are already too late. And my advice is make it even more later, I mean. Delay it by 6 months and create a buffer. So you can hook people, but also give them enough with every update. Eating ice cream and nothing else. We have more than that. Oh yeah, if it was just them eating ice cream, it would be enough. I guess after this ongoing... This thing has been ongoing for so long, people wanting them to just eat ice cream and hug. Anyway, how are we doing? How did we manage to find something to rant about so early? It's not like that much of a rant session. Just an observation with a little bit of criticism in it. Where the hug at? Nowhere in sight. Dog. So the place is close by for Black to come on foot. Buying ice cream that hasn't melted. Tomato, yeah. I've been so emotional working on recap stuff. My god, this book, it feels like graduation. All the mixed feelings that you get in a graduation, you know? I mentioned it before. I mentioned it with Volume 7, I remember. I didn't feel anything in my graduation, not school, not college. I don't think I attended either. But I imagine this is how it feels. If you're enjoying school days, that is how it's gonna feel, like a mix of good feelings and sadness. It looks like Dwight didn't correct his language. Thank you for mentioning that, because yes, I was thinking about this earlier. Like, he didn't even think about it. White's whole right side is damaged at this point. He has no place, he feels, maybe. I absolutely love Black lumping that ice cream enemy into brain freeze. Yes. He has no brain freeze. He has brain bugs. He is in a different place, yeah. So, Blue, you're done. I think you're done guessing the message, so I can just share the trivia about this message. What White sent and all that. It's not that different from what you suggested. It's just, I imagined White just sending Black... yeah, remember that... Of course, Deltarion. Of course, Delta, why not? Remember that hill I told you must be nice? The view from up there? I'm gonna be writing something for the column there. Come when you can. White's ever the weird one with everything because, again, back to his old 8-year-old self, he finds this kid he is obsessed about. He is very interested in befriending, wanting to jump off a building. He grabs him and goes to the other way and jump into a river. And here, like, rather than just, he invited you back to his home. And it's cold, and it's, you're tired, and no, but no, let's go up the hill and ask him to come here? Like, aren't you Mr. Warrior? What's happening? That can't be on Sleepy's stream. Bingo card, Deltarune music, yeah. Deltarune and mention of Nier. There are a few things that keep happening in this stream. But yeah, it's just the casualness of the message and the mention of a place. He needs to be dramatic and poetic. In typical white manner. Oh, I don't have the rest of this. Why? Can I fill it? Oh, I can fill it. I love myself. Nope. I don't anymore. Oh, I love myself again. Yeah, we can make it longer. Why am I being... Okay. Oh no, wait. Also, White probably considered all the viable areas and narrowed it down to car, no people, and where Black can reach on foot. Definitely, for sure. They need to eventually, like, Black's place is 2 hours, 2-hour drive from Jad's. So White's gonna have to crash somewhere, maybe. Even for a little while before he drives back to Jad, no? What do you think? Is it also because it's Noir's place? Oh, interesting. Interesting. I just love how Elma drops something out of nowhere that is related to something big. Again, the casual reading into the future is very charming. Hey, Psycho, how are we feeling? We have ice cream. We're feeling cold. I'm feeling cold today, actually. Not gonna lie. I noticed White's sleeves were long while they were talking at home, but as soon as he went out, he rolled them up. And they're rolled up now, and he's wearing only one shirt. Boy, what are you living by the edge, I guess. Living life the extremest way possible. I'm feeling good because the dark shadow was black all along. Yep, it was. Also, don't ever think that this actually works. This whole thing doesn't work. The way it's not comfortable. I mean, it's not something that you can do and talk about deep stuff for a long time while sitting like this. Maybe blacks, but white, no. There's a lot of wrong things in this picture, but it works visually. Convincing enough visually. Like, I have no idea how or when those happen. I just keep throwing things at the wall until something sticks. I hope I remember. You know what? It's not that I remember. I hope that, like, whenever one of you says something and I'm like, oh my god, you're reading into the future, I just always hope that when the time comes, you are going to remember before I point it out. Hasn't been 30 minutes, it's 26 minutes. Sia is Big Ben, big Sia. She knows exactly when. I won't be able to draw properly now. Hey, Mr. Lapino. Thanks for the follow and joining in the chat. I love the rooftop chats. Okay, let's put the text here and then. How about a king-sized bed? Better than a couch, don't you think? Cuddles would make this more. Oh no. Ugh. Welcome back, Deltarune. White needs a queen-sized bed because he's so dramatically sleepy like Snow White. Does Black have a king-sized or a queen-sized bed? Back home. Black's coming on a horse hoof. Oh, that's a hoof pun. That's a good one. So yeah. You know when cats, anyone who has a cat, you know when cats just keep walking in circles before they sit, and Sia is doing that when like there's around 10 centimeters between the tablet and my body, my chest, and she's circling there. I don't know. Black will sleep with him hugging him, especially if what. Volume 11. We'll talk in volume 11, I guess. Maybe buy a cat. White can dream. So yeah. I can't wait to start actual work because I'm just writing and thinking and entertaining ideas, and I keep thinking, you know, in my journey to find a music for the trailer, music track for the trailer of volume 10, I came across music fitting for a trailer for a chapter what might be chapter 85, because I mentioned before there is this chapter that I'm gonna be working my way towards in volume 11, a special chapter, let's say. And I found music for that, but not for... Or, I mean, at the time, I didn't find music for the trailer of Volume 10, but now I have, I think. This can work better, since we're working with webtoon. Let's just not take the lazy route. Okay. Why volume 11 when I was remembering clippings? Oh, you were remembering clippings. We should talk about... no, I should have talked about clippings then. Why are we talking about... I don't know. I've been trying to talk about something that is rotting in my brain from volume 11 that I don't want to talk about actually because I don't want to spoil it. But at the same time, I have right now the willpower of a sick Jevi that isn't peeing in his litter box. You know? I don't know if I'm making any sense, honestly. Sorry about that. Can volume 11 release same time as volume 10? I know I want both already. Listen. First, no, I don't want that. I genuinely don't want that. Today, the guy at the printer called me to tell me that he's still waiting for an answer from the paper shop about the paper I requested. So he's gonna send me everything priced tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna know how broke I'm gonna be. I'm just afraid that we're gonna hit the 5-digit number. That's how scary I am. Printing 6 books and a box isn't... Not 6 books, actually. There are 7 books. 4? Yeah, 7 books and a box. Besides all the extra. So we'll see. And today I was confronted by the idea that I asked about before on Twitter, but sometimes things happen and I ask something on Twitter and nobody answers. I was wondering, how are things in the States in regards to posting and stuff? Because I did read a few small business owners holding orders or not sending to the US, so I'm not sure about anything. Sia, please. So yeah, I just want volume 11 to start progressing on terms of my work so I can have a schedule for release, because it already feels kind of lonely to finish this book. I was talking to my mother today and I'm like, so the book is ending soon on terms of updates. I think I'm gonna stick to Saturday streams, but I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm happy we are hitting things from volume 11, it seems. Yeah. I've been teasing a lot. I've been reacting in strange ways here and there, relating to, because for some reason everyone is just predicting or hoping for things or mentioning things that are beautifully tied to a certain scene in volume 11. That is so crazy. The pricing, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know what happens. This new printer I found, it seems that they are all about quality and they just like to create beautiful artistic things, which is great. But at the same time, you always have that question in the back of your mind, like, one of the funniest things is, well, I was sitting with this guy and I was telling him this and that, and how about this, and how this is gonna print, and this is what I do, and these are my pages. Not a lot of people print. A lot of people here print books as they are, like just text, and even when there are images, they are laid out in a way unlike manga, where a lot of the text and the visuals spread across the whole page. So that always has been a problem with printers. And I was just explaining stuff, and then he's like, "Can I ask something of you?" And I'm like, I was able to read what he's gonna say. I'm like, "You want me to relax, don't you?" He's like, "Yes, please." Almost saying like, "Just trust us." Like, ugh. He used a scary word. Wa alaikum salam. Ahlan aw. See? The face and then answer of a hungry man. Good call. For ice cream. God, feed him. Somebody feed him. Trust the process? I guess very well played. Psycho, very well played. You know, I was working, so Black on feeding duty, we love to see it. Black is on a lot of duties. From this scene on. HCC. God, just let me open the door for her. Busy grown-up bee, yes. So, okay. One of the things that kind of stressed me out when I went to this new printer and they explained stuff, and I think they want the books in PDF format, and I never submitted my books in PDF format. And they said it's okay. They tried to explain the process and stuff, but in the end they said like, we're gonna talk about these technicalities and all these things after we like agree on the printing and the pricing and all that. But of course, me being me, I couldn't just settle down for that. I went back home and I learned something that I, for the longest time, said that I know nothing about and I don't want to learn and I don't really need to learn it, which is InDesign. So I put one day, I turned on my brain one day and decided to teach myself InDesign, and I did. And I kind of started collecting my books in InDesign files. Today, while I was going through my older files, because I was looking for the mock-up photos that I used for Volume 9, I realized that I took the InDesign files from my previous printer. For those who were there 4 years ago when I printed Volume 9, 3 years ago when I printed the box sets, there was a problem with Volume 7 where some of the texts were trimmed in chapter 56. And there was a big deal, and that's what made me cut ties with this printer. And now that I know how InDesign works, when I opened their files of Volume 7, I was shocked to find that they put the bleed 5mm when I submitted the bleed 3mm. I don't know how much of what I'm saying makes sense, but all printers, the norm is 3mm of bleed. Bleed is the area, see this area? This area is gonna be trimmed. This tiny space here, all around. All of this is gonna be trimmed. So usually it's 3mm. Some printers want 5 millimeters. But my printer, the previous one I worked with, they always knew that I submitted 3 millimeters of bleed. And they always agreed to that. But when I opened the InDesign files, I realized that they've been using 5 millimeters of bleed. So it's been a problem. And the whole fight we had, in the end, it was a problem in their machine and they admitted to it. But there was another problem with the design. Like, the designers were adding bigger bleed than I submitted. So yeah, thank God we're not working with that printer anymore, and thank God that I know InDesign. But yeah, that problem with volume 7, that I still remember. It was a Thursday when I went to the printer at 9 and I left at 1, and it was all just fights. I will never forget that day. Hey Tam, the old printer just don't want to turn on their yeah. And they had the audacity to put it on me. I still remember I opened... Remember that page when White is talking about how he broke his knuckles in chapter 56? I still remember that was the page where the cut was happening. Like the text, the upper bubble had the text just gone. And it's all services do that. Like when you go to a printer, they tell you, oh, don't put the text too close, especially in Jordan. Like, see this, for example. So this is the bleed. This is gonna be trimmed, and then you have to like take 5 millimeters, which is the margin, and put all text there. So they're gonna tell me, like when I went to this new printer, he saw stuff like this, and he's like, oh, but this is too dangerous, like this could be trimmed. I'm like, if you go inside the page and the margins when you trim, we're gonna have problems here. Like this whole thing is gonna be shifted up, so we're gonna get this white border here. So they don't make sense. But it's like kind of like when you... I hope nobody is in that position, like with doctors. I remember when my father was in the hospital, they would tell you this procedure is very dangerous, and there is like the chance is very low, because they're gonna try to protect themselves. They're not gonna give you hope. So same with printer, I guess, but with a difference of a human life on the table, I guess. Anyway, we still managed to rent. Okay, so this is enough. You want to learn to create your own manga? We have a Colosso course, which could help me with the funds, maybe. I have been saving for a long time, so I didn't get into this not knowing how it would cost. I just don't, like, I have a ceiling, maybe? And I hope it doesn't pass that. You knew Dad wanted to talk to me. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. Let's just give this as a breather. And then... So let's check. What did he get? He got ice cream and water, probably. Maybe these are just the packing of the ice cream. I think someone said it before that Black wishes he were a fly to listen in on some conversations surrounding white and black. Agreed here. Not only that, but all the mentions of Daniel being there. We have all the Daniel Black parallels, just not the actual meeting. I thought about bandages, but Black's house is full of them. He could get them for him, and maybe tissues too. You know, if White need any after he became angry with Jed. That's a good one as well. Black is very thoughtful with material things. It's so White of White to start thinking of processing what happened with him by thinking of what Black goes through. You got Daniel Black parallels, so who's Daniel's White? Oh. Interesting. How didn't I notice Black's shirt before? The rabbit? I asked on Twitter, what does this mean? Because it has this, it looks like Korean, but it also looks very random. I just have this sheet or brushes, I don't remember now, of things that you can use for shirts, but I'm not sure if they mean anything. So I asked on Twitter and I got no answers, so I just decided to be daring and keep it. It's a good design. I thought of answering the cat or the TV, but I also wanted to give it some serious thought because Black wanted to know what is happening, but he didn't ask quite the details. I love you, Black. It's so hard to react, man. The way they eat these ice cream is telling of their personalities. Alternative is Daniel having nobody, which could equally be fitting. Yeah, he does exist in a vacuum, and after all. Maybe he doesn't need a white. Maybe in a strange way, white is his white. Hey, good morning, Stevie. I kind of guess you might enjoy the update. Just a wild guess. Let's remove the text. Let's turn this off. Oof, what is this? Text. Okay. Can a white be a specific book? To me, it is. But to Daniel, I don't know. Gimme Kid Daniel? Oh my god. Again, we're gonna go back to that idea of you have to build a fence around your story because you can't just go back in time to find the origin of everything. But man, don't I have enough context or enough lore about the older generation as kids? So I can understand the characterization and personality and reactions and actions and intentions and decisions and, you know? But yeah, I kind of had to build a fence. Kid Daniel, oh my. Get tissues? For sure. I 100% agree. It's not this. It's not in this story, but it's definitely, yeah. That's when Greyis ends in 30 years, and you start a series of side books of each character. There was an idea of that, and I found Amir's chapter, because Amir's is the one I wrote first. Back then, the movies weren't a thing. So I had a whole series called Shades of Grey about the rest of the cast. And I started with Amir. And it starts with him talking about growing up with 4 sisters. And how he was just put in the same school as his sisters by his very strong, independent, controlling, not controlling in Wasim's mother kind of controlling, but like, imagine a woman who is also maybe, I don't know, head of a company, or maybe the principal in a school or something. She's just very, I can't find the adjectives now because I'm streaming, so my brain isn't working. So she just kept him in the same school with his sisters, but then he made the decision that I want to go to the school of my choice. I'm gonna give you Amir lore. May he rest in peace. But yeah, I wrote that one, and I kind of come across it the other day while I was looking for the previous printing press, the invoice from the previous printing press, just to get myself familiar with pricing again. Strict, yeah. Hyper strict, maybe. Very strong-willed woman, yeah. I always imagined Black running into her in the cemetery. Like, he's visiting Amir, and then he finds her, and I always imagined this scene. Maybe it will happen in story one day. Amir lore to feed the high school fic idea. It's all in high school, because I drew the whole thing and how he's so Black first, but he only befriended him a year later. Black has this effect where people just are mesmerized by his hair and his look, and then they become their friends, his friends, and they realize he's very special. But like, you kind of, the way with Black is you're very mesmerized by his looks, you become friends with him, and you realize, oh, he's just a normal dude. And then in these big moments where Black shines, and like, you go back to, oh no, he's not, he's very special. Oh hey, Sleepy, I see all caps, so I imagine Sleepy has read. Oh, Elma, there's also a car here for your bingo card from volume 11. I know it's for volume 11, but still. Why is this not working? Oh, there. So Aishu, Sleepy's been waiting for Black and White just having ice cream and having fun and the hug and stuff like that after all the intensity of and insanity of the recap book. So here they are eating ice cream. No hugs inside though. I was wondering if you're gonna show up on stream today, because... Or they can't be. They can't not be here when this update is out. I feel like this is a little bit too small, maybe. Oh, no, not really. This is the one that is big. Like, it might be... The keywords are in sight? You mean off screen? Or unwritten, maybe. The car was halfway an inside joke for me because one of the first live reactions I texted my friend on first read was the Chuck from Volume 5 and Joe Dam show off. Chuck from Volume... Oh yeah, that one. And that one I drew traditionally by hand. So it's just me always enjoying how you draw vehicles. Oh my god, that's a big compliment because vehicles are very tricky. And it's very hard to find a stylistic. Like, I've been joining Alexander's streams while he reads Dragon Ball. Toriyama, the manga artist of Dragon Ball, of course, and Hayao Miyazaki are two artists, the only two artists that I am very fascinated by how they draw vehicles. And I wish I reached the point where I'm skilled enough to have my vehicles looking like characters, like part of my style, not just realistic looking cars, you know? I wasn't really planning on being here today, but you all always have a way of bringing me back. We love to have you here, and of course, if you need to take a break and just chill, it's also fine, but I was really just looking forward for this update and the ice cream and all that. So thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, Ilma. Make ice cream for them and scream for us and the desire to scream for white. You're so good, D, with words. Oh, thank you. I was so happy with the... You know what? When I shared that gif of Hotaro from Hyoka, I told you, like, let me give you... There are two. I'm gonna send the other one because I found two that I can tease with. When I said I'm gonna find a Hyoka one as a teaser for the update. But the one I shared is actually the... Like, I think Andy and you were talking about how you love a mysterious white, but it's actually black. I was referring to this panel when I shared that Hotaro. Why do I have double text? No. And then I was like, oh my god, how the table have turns. Now we have turned. We have black being the mysterious one. Just using your words. And white is the one that is like, it's those who we love who hurt us? Also, white, I think black's trying to tell you something. Don't scream at him. Don't shout. He's a very delicate soul. This is a face of a person who's trying to tell you something. If I'm included there, then I'm happy to hear that, Sleepy. Made your 2026. Hopefully, I'll start volume 11 in 2026, and that can make your 2026 even better. The last one, bro, so determined to not admit he's been hurt by his mom. I'll pick him up. Listen, he needs a lot of introspection and real exploration and real digging to reach that. Man, you know that meme of that guy digging into a wall of crystals, I think? I don't know, I don't remember what it was. About that meme. That's White. He's like, oh yeah, I figured it out. I'm done. He feels, maybe, I don't know, but like he's accomplished now. He's done. He talked with Jad about it, and he learned the things, and all he needed was to learn. But man, oh boy. Black is rather chill and attentive. Yep. Got enough of a loud voice in his life? For sure. Thanks for coming, Psycho. Good luck with your work, and see you next time. Enjoy your lurking, Sleepy. Thanks for being here. I've been fixed. Thanks, guy. You all can leave. I've gained the weight of what he learned. It has to come crashing down. Don't you think? Especially with it confirming. Like, he probably, really honestly, like seriously speaking now, he doesn't hit me as this dense of a guy. He's not like Black. Oh, I decided to be better, so I'm now better. I'm not gonna do anything wrong. He knows, but as he says now, like, I guess, I don't know. He can't even answer a simple question like, are you good now, Jad and you? And he's like, I don't know. So, yeah, it is gonna come crashing down. What am I doing? My god. Okay, so this needs to go. Oh yeah, why not? Give me Lost Girl, why not? Enjoy your lurking, Andy. I wonder how hard or easy it is to go drive to this place Wack is at right now. I imagine White had to find a way up there, honestly. I imagine on his way back and forth to Black's place, I imagine him dropping him, like he's driving him home and they pass by this hill and he's like, yeah, I bet the view is beautiful from up there. But he didn't drive there until now. It feels like a good moment. Definition of I know a place. Yeah. It's probably easier for Black to get there than White with the car. If Ia didn't hurt him, then what is this? Let's see. Let me just wait for 20 seconds for the ad to end, and then I'll answer. Because I'm not sure if Lapino is getting the ad or not. Oh wait, let me just split this. How about that? Okay. When Black said he took the long way around, he may just mean that he got lost into the dark woods. Yeah, that could mean it, for sure. Especially it's the first time him being here. Black, though, is very good with directions and finding his way out of places. Noir taught him well in that department. I'm gonna say it here because we are starting to... We're getting into the territory of Noir, so let's hype him up, maybe. In good and bad ways. Thanks for the follow. He's not dense, but given how unused to emotion he is, I can picture him dancing around the I have to do everything right. And when healing isn't linear, his major fight is gonna have to be, amongst many things, not logicking his way around emotions, even once he does accept. You know, the thing is, what you're saying is definitely true, especially like all this time he logically erased his mother from existence. Even as a kid, when he told Black, I don't know my mother, remember in chapter 8? In his head, he wasn't lying, because that is not a mother to him in his head. So logically, he definitely is not like stupidly saying or like without thinking enough about it how he's not affected by his mother. But now that he's trying to understand things better and by experiencing it, you know what this brings me to? So I don't know if any of you are familiar with Gabor Mate, I think. The last name is Mate, or I think Mate is how I remembered hearing it. This professor, doctor, I'm very bad with titles, with a lot of things. But one of the people that I really appreciate listening to, he's so good with, he talks a lot about trauma and childhood trauma, and he talks about his own trauma. And he was given by his mother to this stranger lady to take care of him when he was 6 months old, because he was in Germany or Poland. I'm very bad with facts, dates and places and stuff. But he was in... he's Jewish, so he was... Yes, I think he's Jewish, so his mother, to protect him, gave him away. So he always talks about this abandonment issue he has. So to the point that when he was... His wife was to come pick him up from the airport, and she didn't when he landed, and he didn't find her. He because he analyzes stuff and he understands psychology, he realized that his anger at his wife came from that abandonment incident that happened to him as a 6-month-old who was given away. So you kind of have to be aware of certain things and accept certain things to understand yourself better. A lot of, like, there's this whole mindset of trauma coming from things that you're not aware of, or trauma coming from the place you were born in or the time you were born in and all that. And I see the importance of learning where that comes from. But I see a lot of people taking this very badly, especially at a younger age. A lot of people, when they learn things, they take it as is, and White has that. They take it as is, and like it is what it is and stuff. And then they have these two reactions, which we are having in the story, maybe with White and Yeldar. One, take it as it is, like it's fact, it's history, what's done is done, there's nothing to do about it. And the other is like, I'm blaming it. I'm blaming all these situations that happened to me. So it's not my fault. When in reality, it's very good. Like, I love Gabor Mate's way of talking about it and how he explains himself and how he felt in that moment, because you gotta know and learn and feel what happened in the past and take it as a way to navigate your life. Like for me, for example, for the longest time, I hated traveling because I hate the moment when I arrive, like when I go through the arrivals or like, the arrivals gate, and you have all these people that are waiting their loved ones. I hated that moment. And it was until I realized that because I am uncomfortable with faces, when I realized that and everything that comes with it, I was able to understand why I am so agitated, or I almost feel sick when I travel at that point. So learning it is not for me to tell my mother, like, for example, I don't like traveling, or now that we arrived to the airport, I'm gonna be angry and you're gonna have to tolerate me and stuff like that. It's just that I understand how to manage my emotions. And I guess all this big ramble is to say that White is still very dependent on learning things. It's sometimes sad to see that he is still very dependent on knowing things, thinking that means understanding, and two, how reliant he is on the wording of things. So yeah, it's gonna be a while for him to understand that he needs to actually tackle that thing that happened with him seriously, emotionally, intellectually, so he can move forward in a better way. This woman can't hurt me because she's not real, says the boy emotionally attached to fictional characters all his... Yes. That's the thing. There's a lot of conflicting things in his worldview that he needs to break down and make peace with. Perhaps Aya didn't actually hurt him directly, as he said, and besides, she left him when he was 5 and was always busy, so she didn't have time to do anything. But overall, she shaped his way of thinking and instilled fear in him. What she did affected him, whether he loved her or not, but I understand what he's saying too. What he's saying is valid and understandable because he is saying it wholeheartedly. He really believes it. That's the thing. And I feel like until he starts to question it and break it down, you will, like, at that point, you too, as a reader, hopefully, will start to see it differently. And because in the end, he did stay with her for 5 years, and 5 years isn't a short time. And 5 years, like, as a kid, you rely on the person, even if they are the worst person ever. You rely on them, you love them, that's all you have. And again, it's like that drawing I drew of him in the rain, beaten up, and what Black is standing nearby. The way he's saying, like, that whole scene is him just narrating something, and I took out everything because I want to keep things for the in-story experience. But he has to relive certain moments in his childhood, heart and mind. Not gonna lie, if you said his mother gave him away, I went, sounds... Yeah, I hate that I don't have all the facts straight, but Gabor Mate, Tam just wrote the name, so look him up. One of the greatest minds to listen to. I love, like whenever I see just an interview, I haven't read any of his books, even though I want to, and I'm not a person who likes to check like sound bites or short clips. If I find an interview, 2-hour interview with him, I'm gonna check it out. It just makes sense. Does that mean he thinks whenever he does get hurt about her, it's by himself? Oh. She can't hurt me if I'm already a wreck? I mean, not self-blame, but even as a kid, he probably had this instilled in him. There is something I am doing wrong for her to be like that. That's basically what he talked to Larissa about, is it would have been easier. I would have had, he's exactly said this, like I would have had a whole set of wildly different, maybe harder problems had she left me when I was a baby. But there is a question to ask, like, she stayed with me for 5 years and then decided, no, I'm done. So there's a lot of, like, he kind of has questions, kind of like he had questions for Jad. He has these questions about Iya. That he still hasn't asked or explored, because he's like, I don't care. She doesn't affect me. She doesn't exist. I never had a mother. Bye. Kind of like that. Oh, welcome back, Andy. I'm sorry it was too good of a it was too good of an update. Let me tell you something. I was talking to my friend about the covers I've been working with, and finally, like, when I was talking to her, I didn't decide to make another art book. So I had this illustration for volume 10's cover, but I kept telling her, like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to put a happy illustration for this book. It's like, it's too much for the audience to give them a happy cover, a happy illustration for this book. Eventually I used it for another art book. But yeah, there's something internally in me that, oh, too much goodness. No, we gotta ground it in some angst. I've imagined him recently in the future, past the first hardest stages, and I see him having a complete normal day, happy period even, and getting trapped suddenly by some bitter emotion and taking days to realize that this emotion was slow boiling for a while, and he's just so used to dismissing it he didn't even notice. Not only that is very expected, but also him saying here that, I guess, I don't know, I'm physically and emotionally exhausted now. He said it before, I think in volume 8, how he knows what feelings and emotions are defined as in the dictionary, but he doesn't know how to name them. And that is a whole thing with White. Like, what it is that I'm feeling right now. This thing. Oh my god, you're gonna make me spoil volume another scene from volume 11. Let me just shut up. How about that? It's so good, man. You're all so good. Thinks he's nonchalant. He is, but it's not very healthy. Yeah, he's very nonchalant about it right now. Very much. He's not even like masking it or anything. It's really kind of like Black's amnesia, but with emotions. It's hidden so deep, it doesn't make any sense. Keep talking, Dee? No. Let's just say, the moment he realizes that, oh, something is painful, and it's like, is it your stomach? Oh no, a little bit higher. Oh, oh no. I can't wait for White's emotional journey past the healing and into the unlearning bad habits. It's gonna be so hard because, again, you don't want to break. You don't want to take away all his cool points. Not that emotions aren't cool or anything, but you kind of can imagine. With a visual medium that gives you still images, yeah, you gotta be careful. Emotional anatomy? Is it my lungs? Oh wait, maybe someone else is asking. Oh, is it your stomach? I was like, no. A little bit. I'm a little afraid for him, yeah. Again, as I said a few streams ago, Black's journey is way easier, not only because of Black's privileges, one, because we're not gonna deny that Black having a good job with good people taking care of him, and he's well off financially, kind of gives him a lot of privileges for him to just not have to worry about so many things outside of his own problems. So outside of his privileges and his personality, Black has easier because it's easier to have all your emotions and then try to control them with your brain, rather than controlling everything with your brain and then trying to let go, because it's gonna be, it's one road is like, I'm lost and I found, because Black talked about being in a foggy area before. It's like fog, and now he's trying to walk through it. White is more like, everything is arranged and I have to destroy everything now and build it up. Black and Daniel bonding over them just get better. What kind of things Black and Daniel can bond over if it's not White? Come on. Their favorite subject. Gonna be here, no, here, and then, okay, then look at this. I know that's not it, but I like to imagine them watching Karate Kid together, maybe projecting. That's a good visual. Don't forget to, because I noticed that your volume 11, both your volume 11's bingo grids don't have the free space of white, again, thinking of the effect of sleep after an event. It's very important. We need to keep it in the minds of everyone. He did it in volume 7, he did it in volume 8, and he's gonna do it in volume 11. You can thank me later. But can we see the beauty of Black apologizing on Jad's behalf? Okay, just kidding. This is for Elma. I live off N's hate for Noir and Elma's current anger towards Jad, so. I thought about it recently, though particularly in the context of his morning waking up in Daniel's place after he broke his hand. I kind of wish we had a glimpse of his mind there. Oh man. Oh man, I wrote one. I recorded a few voice notes on that time, and I wrote, because he got sick. He got really sick. Because he was under a hailstorm wearing just a shirt and very emotional. So he got sick for like 2 weeks or something. And he was, he mentions it in chapter 56. So he was taken care of by Daniel. But yeah, I have one thing written of that, and I want to draw 4 pictures before posting it. It's about him driving from Daniel's to the abandoned building at Dahlia Street, where he met Black in chapter 56. I wrote that part. I want Jad's apology too, by the way. To Daniel? Can we believe that White told Black he loves him twice and Black didn't really take in the moment? It's very funny, right? I want Jad's apology, although I'm not that mad as Elma. Yeah, I don't need 2 people. You can just focus on Noir. That's what I enjoy. That's my D-service, I guess. Not fan service. Fan service of hate. I love. We hype each other's anger up. Yep. Black's locked in on the objective. No time to be sidetracked with love confessions. What a time to be alive. Like, look at that. I'm being serious? What, Black? What happened to you? My appreciation for fights between people who love one another is very fascinating to me. I was so like recently I came across this couple. They're very sweet, very adorable, and it's funny how I instantly think like I wonder what do they fight about. So I feel like there's a lot of, especially when you come across two people, best friends, couple, whatever, romantic, you come across two people and they're so in sync, you can't help but question, like, what do they fight about? I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like because there's a lot of honesty and rawness in fights. I genuinely, not out of, like, I don't like violence, I don't like anger, I don't like shouting, but as an observer, reader of stories, or just parasocially looking from afar, you so feel me? Thank you, Andy, because I do feel strange about it, but I do feel like it's very fascinating to think about. Because when you see two people very in tune, like, it would be interesting to know what they fight about. It tells a lot about two people. Let's see, rasterize. Okay. White is smiling at Danny and want to go out with him, and smiling at Black and confess his love to him. All that because he knows he is his father's son. Yeah. The beauty of reaching a conclusion, no matter what the conclusion is, no matter how it feels, it's just like, again, White really needed a period. The period at the end of a sentence. They fight about how much salt they should add in their dinner. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, it's interesting to know what people fight about, especially people who are good to one another. Like, because fights are actually a representation of the strength and depth of a relationship. Me and my best friend talk in fights, and we worry our friends by how different we are suddenly. Yeah. It must be fun to observe you. I love to third wheel. Not a fight, but people who know one another well. I'm getting flashback from chapter 68 I read today. I need to check all... No, I need to. Like, I am going to check all the reactions. Every time I try to see the big picture, I keep remembering that it's not even a month if I need that ice cream. Yeah. White has been through a lot of things, man. He does need a break. My mother, for example, can never hurt me. Okay. If you wanna end on that note, we're gonna end on that note. Let's see. Okay. I think needs to be a little bit.
It's 8 o'clock.
That is, like, are you really talking to me about your mother? What's happening to the world? Clockman. Okay, we are done. Very short update, but we kind of managed to talk throughout. Every time we hear Clockman, I think showing him an avatar. He's super to the stream lore. Oh, Elma, back in the day, I had like there was this very, very, very good app where it shows me a random quote every time announcement. But then I don't know which update was for iOS, and the app didn't update and it just crashes now. I can't open it. But that was fun. Remember, Tam? We would get the quote and I would just read it. It was fun. But now I just have an announcer screaming the time. But he does need more personification, I guess. You remember that? The weirdest flashback ever? Ah, the old times. Very chill. Very much. Imagine him in a suit with a clock for a head. How about that? If I make good profit from all these sales, I'm going to buy myself a watch, a big watch, like these G-Shock kind of watches. To treat myself. Just a side note, since we're talking about clocks. The difference between them and how they are alike at the same time, Black actually loved Noir, his father, and White hates, yeah, I don't want to say it, but a mother. And both of them, Black and White, want to be away. Yes, oh my god, the Black Noir. The Black Noir scenes, we're inching closer, man. I've written so many scenes for so long. Wristband watch? Yes. Daniel seems like a guy who would have a pocket watch, doesn't he? Why is he like that? Never ready for Black Noir meeting? Thank you, Sleepy. I kind of feel like by the time, if there is enough profit, by the time I'm done with everything, I wouldn't buy a watch after all, because I feel like I want the watch now, because there's a sale in the place that I wanted to buy it from. But I thought that I don't have money now, so I'm gonna wait for the profit. But by the time I'm done with selling and shipping and all that, if I have enough profit, I wouldn't buy a watch that will need me to go out to wear, because I don't wear that many watches while I'm working on a screen tablet. So it would be like, why would I buy a watch when I'm not gonna go out because I just want to stay at home? So for the time being, we can just dream of the time I'm done with everything, and I will buy that. I think it's a white watch is what I want to buy. Always ready for white in me. I'm cooking that. I wrote a scene, but I might change it. But I wrote a scene. Black and Noir together would be crazy. You know what? Black still doesn't know that White met Noir twice. and he doesn't know. So Black in chapter 78 kind of connected the dots that, oh, they were all in the army. Mamser, Black, not Mamser, Black. Mamser, Jad, and my father. Remember when he went to ask him? But Jad was like, no, it's my time now. I'm aura farming by the window. Go get me the envelope. Remember all that? So Black was one step ahead. Like, I want to ask about my father. Does Jad know my father? So Black's gonna blindsided by a lot of facts. It's gonna be fun to fight. To fight. It's gonna be fun to witness Black and White fights after they have matured. You know? Do you really think I threw this here for nothing? Come on. You're scary when you shout, your voice shakes the walls. He doesn't even know Jad knows Noir. You're really behind in the story. Join the Read Club? He needs that. I was telling my sister to join the Discord, and because I showed her volume 10's cover and she got really excited and she asked me, oh, is that? And she asked me a few questions. She's like, oh, I need to go. She's in volume 4, I think. I think she finished volume 4. She's like, oh, I need to finish reading all the books before this book releases. And I'm like, yeah, join the Discord. People are gonna hype you up and help you. And they can even, like, if you don't get anything or just forgot anything, they can help you. So I'm trying to push my sister to join the Discord and the Reread Club, even though she's way behind. Volume 10 cover, the beast you are. You know what? I wanted, so this is great stream material because I don't know how to talk about things on Instagram because, as I said, real people that know nothing about the craft on the same platform with people who know everything about the craft and about the story and about me is not a good mix. And I can't talk about it on Twitter because sometimes on Twitter I feel like I'm talking to myself. So it would be weird to talk about myself in more than one tweet over and over again. So this, working on this whole release for Volume 10, whether it's the music for the trailer, whether it's the cover, the promotional stuff, even the printing, this arc is so weird because it's like you get nothing, and once you get something, you get multiple things. So I was at a point where I was going to make a trailer with 2 different tracks. Like, a track is gonna begin, and then we're gonna flip the cassette tape to side B, and another track is gonna start. Right now, I've kind of found a track, I think. Last night I found a track, one track, hopefully. I left it from, like, I didn't give it any listen since yesterday, so I can check it before I go to sleep today. But yeah, this arc is driving me crazy. So yeah, Volume 10's cover is just like that. It was nothing, and then it was everything. We'll get her more hyped up than you. Yeah, for sure. I don't know how to hype things. Come on. I found the track yesterday, yes. I can't imagine the pressure of being tempted to share spoilers with your sister after she catches up. Here's the thing, my sister at some point, I wrote a tweet once that if anything happens to me, go to my sister because she knows the end of the story. But the other day I was telling her, she was like, how are you gonna end this? And I told her, I told you. And she doesn't remember. Listen, I don't know if any of you watching are a mother, but mother brains is a thing, man. Or if you keep her in the dark like us. I don't know. She can literally spoil herself. She has power. I don't know, honestly. My sister doesn't read manga. And she doesn't enjoy reading manga. And she feels tired reading manga. But she was very interested at some point to read Greyis. And then she started. And then she sent me... she was reading volume 3 when she sent me like, how do you know so much about parenting? I'm like, yeah, you can't tell me that I don't understand you now because I don't have kids. That one construction guy from way back when who saw your board is our only hope if D disappears. I think everything. No, we covered everything that guy saw, that construction guy. Conditioner, the AC fixer. The one guy who read the board with the spoilers, yes. We covered everything. It was the recap board. But yeah, so I don't think, like, she doesn't, that's the thing. My sister doesn't have the fandom mentality. She doesn't understand a lot of things. She doesn't get hyped. So I think, like, I would, if she asks anything, I would, like, do you want to know the answer? And I would tell her. So yeah, I remember I told her how I envision the end of Greyis. And I remember she loved it a lot. But now she doesn't remember it. Imagine she joins the Discord and some updates give her a black flashback moment about the end and she just has to stay silent. Oh yeah, sometimes I still can't believe that she started reading Greyis. She only read, like, back in 2015, she read volume 5 alone. Because I do it traditionally. She's a very traditional artist. So she read volume 5 and then she left it and forgot all about it. And then last year she started the series from volume 1. She read volume 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they had to move cities and stuff. The watercolor one, yes. The painter and teacher, art teacher. And a mother of 2. Her kids treat black and white like real people, as all kids do. Her kid, the boy, he told her sister that, like, they were talking about kids who live alone, and like, oh, they can live alone without getting married and stuff. And my sister's like, yeah, like when you're 20 or something. And he's like, oh, he looks at his sister, when they're the age of black and white. Very adorable. Wait, I need to check something. Where is the file? I need to work on something, so I'm gonna work on that and then we're in this chain. But let me just send the file that I want to work on. What? Why didn't not open? There it is. So I managed to create the kind of K-pop release schedule. So I'm gonna be releasing. I want to release the release schedule. So I need to make a calendar for January and fill it up. Sorry for being lower energy today. Once I get some steam back, I'm gonna scream like crazy about this update. I can't believe we got ice cream. No worries, Sleepy. Chill as long as you want. Thank you for lurking here. And be sure to take care of yourself. We're not gonna start with Saturday, right? Let's start with Friday. How many days in a week? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're gonna get a glimpse of what I'm gonna be releasing as I work on this. Friday. Oh, we're not gonna start with Friday. No, wait. We're ending with Saturday, right? Or we're ending with... Let's start with Sun. Mon. Amon. Mon. Two. So anybody want to guess why does Daniel, or why does White's appointment, why are White's appointments on Wednesday? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. This looks like a book. Wednesday is a word. Of course there's a reason. Yes, of course there's a reason. We started on a Thursday, right? This. Today is Saturday 3, right? Okay. Can't just be a normal Wednesday. It's a word after all. One of the Greeks. I don't know the Greeks. Think like White thinks. The word, the letters. I mean, it starts with a W, so he's very proud of his name. His own given name. The name he gave himself, because his mother doesn't affect him. Right? To Wikipedia. Google always gives the media, not the actual information page. Wednesday, so he's always winning. Oh, I love that. Wednesday, like Wednesday day. Oh my god, you're all so good. White's so proud. Well, of course, first, it is because W. It starts with a W. White, Wednesday. Wednesday, middle of the week, neither too early or late. I love that. It is part of giving White kind of a routine that he can't. He has an anchor, you know? He's hooked. Wed like wedding? One of the funniest thing is a lot of the tracks I picked and saved for the trailer while I was looking. A lot of them are used for wedding slideshows, and it's very funny. Like, we don't have any weddings in this arc, come on. So, initially I was going to go with if he sleeps more on Wednesdays, so it break the routine. Oh. So to break the routine, I just assumed he didn't have work that day. White or Daniel? I assume you're meaning White. White has everything going on for him that isn't helping him. Even his work, even Ali is so nice to him. That's why Daniel is like, tries to be strict. Like, what is everyone doing around you? Why is everything leaving you to your own devices? Is the Greyis new archetype of thing? Something happened on a Wednesday in the past? No. Think of the word itself, the letters. Once you're done with the guessing, I don't want to just throw out the answer when we're still having fun with the guesses. Because all of your guesses are so good. I'm way too simple for your minds. Oh, what happened? 25, 26, 26. Wait. Oh, 28, right. Much. 29 and 20. 29 is followed by 20. 31. I see. I could never. I was about to say because it ends with Y, but all days end with Y. Well, you're thinking in the right direction. Think of the other letters. It starts with a W because white, but then where's Notion? Where's my Notion? No. There it is. Wednesday. W and day. No, W. Destiny. Wednesday. It's a White and Daniel day. How many D's we have in Wednesday? We have 2 D's. One of them is silent. In light of recent updates, on a Wednesday, only 1 D speaks. Either the uncle or the therapist. The reasoning is so simple, but the explanation is so convoluted. That's why I always think that, but it's so simple. But then I realize once I start explaining, it's like, no, it's not that simple. Come on. We've had this conversation before. I kind of felt like we did, right? I kind of felt like I did mention this before. Memory of a goldfish? I mean, our main character is black. What do you expect? Where is the release thing? Pre-order extras? No. Notion calendar? No. Where is it? Release? Production tracker? God. Streams are for embracing the black, right? Exactly. Okay, let's see. So, on the 5th, I'm gonna be releasing the schedule, which is this that I'm working on right now. I'm sure it's my first time hearing this. Okay. Let me get something. On the 6th, how do you say 6th? Teaser, I think there it is. On the 6th, we have the first teaser. Oh no, not like this, dude. Oh my god, I almost... Let's delete this. Green, right? That's Chad. Rocky time, right? So on the 6th, we have here a teaser. No, not teaser. Cover reveal. I'm gonna have to go over the fonts later. And I need something because I'm gonna be talking about it on the 6th and the 7th. So I just need something like this. No. Let's go with... I'll keep it like this for now. I'll figure something out later. I was about to ask if puppies symbolize blood, but I think it's different. Okay, then on the 9th, we have on the 9th, we have, wait, let's first merge it so I don't spoil anything, and then delete everything outside of it, and then copy it, and then go back and unspoil. Hey silly, the update was not real. It was. I'm so sorry, I just realized White is renaming the Greyis cast with his poems. We already have White and Black. Now we have Blue and... Oh my god, White, what are you doing? I just realized it now. He's... Oh my god. Oh my god, he's manipulated me into his... Oh, boy has an agenda. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh. Okay. Let's go. 9th is gonna be the second art book, which is Anna... No. G. If you know how I pronounce this, I don't. I just... meet Greyis soon? Oh no. Oh no, this is very... a very loaded... The update was not real? How about the ice cream? Was it real? So the second art book cover reveal, and it's gonna go for 2 days as well. Oh, thank you. I hope it's worth it. Never mind. Fix it later. And then On the 12th, we have Still Frame, the screen cap art books. Both are going to be revealed on the 12th. The cover reveal on the 12th, the information and stuff on the 13th. The 12th is Still Frame, yes. To ice cream, that's not real, I'm still dreaming. We have ice creams, we have talking about anger, we have car, love confession, and then, yeah, I guess. Now, on the 15th, all the way to th is gonna be th, right? The box set, right. Box set. Cover reveal. I'll have to figure out how to put this. And then, now I think I don't know how long this is gonna be. And this can have things that are for people who haven't read anything from Recap. So book-only readers. This is why it's a long period, but at the same time, there will be teasers of something, but here is Volume 10 teasers. On the 18th, Sunday. Now, these are dates are subject to change from tonight to tomorrow. I'll have to go over them one last time. Now, on the 24th, remember Andy is still here, right? Andy once said something's gonna happen on 24th of January. Now, I'm not sure, but one of these 3 days, I really hope by on the 24th we have an update and I will be done. So we can have trailer premiere. I'm not sure if that is how you write premiere. I think this is the better, or this is the correct. And then on the 28th, to February is gonna be pre-orders open. So I'm not gonna be opening the pre-orders with all these releases. All these releases are just for cover releases and stuff. So people like build up hype and prepare people to, I don't know if they wanna ask for gifts or something. Yeah, it's January. So by the end of the trailer, as usual, by the end of the trailer, we'll get to see the cover for Volume 10. So these teasers might have the teasers for the cover, the inside cover. Not the dust jacket, the colored one, but the inside. The inside one, honestly, I love dust jacket. So here's the thing. I thought that once I'm done with this 10-book run, this whole arc of black and white trying to find the middle gray and all that, like the heavy focus on black and white, it's this whole thing, and we're gonna close some doors on certain things with the end of recap. Like Black's amnesia problem, it's still there, it's still affecting him. He himself as well has still to process a lot with the idea of remembering things and keeping them intact. But generally speaking, we kind of closed some doors. So it's like you can see like this is an end of an era for Greyis. After Volume 10, I'm not gonna do any box set. I hate to say it, but no, because it's a lot of work for me, but more importantly, it's not because it's for me a lot of work, but clearly I always double the work for myself. But the thing is, it's not fair for the people who buy the book when the box set release, unless I start to, like, how do I say it? If I stick with this printer and every reprint is the same size, I can eventually make the box and people buy the box, you know, and they just fit in the books that they have already. So yeah, box sets are not in the, I don't think I'm gonna do any box sets after this one. Now before, I always thought that I'm gonna drop the dust jacket idea after Volume 10. First, I want to go wild with the covers. It's not just black and white anymore, because I ever since Noir entered the story, I knew that there's, like, I saw a cover with Noir and all the elements that I want to put for Noir on a cover. He just has good hair, man. I don't know. So I thought that I'm gonna start doing, for those who have Apricity and Halcyon, the art book, I'm gonna start doing the cover, like one cover with the French fold, these things that they go inside. And I'm not gonna always stick to a whole illustration that runs all over the dust jacket. But that was the initial idea. I thought of it last year. But then I thought, once I finished Volume 10 and I created the cover, the inside cover, I realized I love the inside covers so much because they tell a story on their own. It's very fun, and the inside cover for Volume 10 is probably my favorite of all of them. I can't wait to release that, so I think it's gonna be teased here or shown. But we won't see the colored dust jacket. Now, in the by the end of the trailer, hopefully it's gonna be on a Saturday, I'm gonna be showing the dust jacket. Let me just play something here as a teaser as well. So, can you take a break after? My break is gonna be in Ramadan. in February. Yes. But I want to go back to the jogging desk. But I don't think there will be any break until all the packages are shipped, honestly. So it's gonna be until April, maybe. I wanted to say something, wait. I was thinking of the media recap stream that I talked about last stream. And I want to talk about 2025 in general. But I kind of feel like I won't feel like 2025 is done until I'm done with the books and the packaging. I wanted to ask if Ramadan also means no updates. Last year there were updates, but there was no streams. This year we don't have updates or streams because Volume 10 updates is gonna end this month. Nice, Deltarune, nice. It would be a long year if 2020. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I have two friends who met for years. They meet every first Tuesday of every month. They meet to plan the month. I always I don't show up to those, and I always tell them, because as long as I am working on chapters or books, I don't need to schedule anything. This year I met with one of them to talk about the plan for 2026, and I told her, because I'm not working on chapters, I need to put the plan for the releases and stuff. Let's add this teaser. Here, let's put it. Let me show you before I make it smaller. So this is gonna be part of the trailer dust jacket reveal. Thank you. Conspiracy month it is. Like discussions and theory. A part of me is sad because there's gonna be a break of updates. Breaks are good. It's good to not be 24/7 available for the story to be missed, but at the same time, the moon is huge. It's chapter 74 and a half. Can you imagine that this is the smallest part of the dust jacket? Saturdays will still have rereads, so we'll have a lot of time to put the bracelets together. So we're gonna be rereading recap? I think we're almost done with volume 9. Or is it clippings? Pre-orders open. I should put Irina here, right? Because the money will start coming in, hopefully. Irina, my money spokesperson. Recap needs a reread. What a sentence. It would be really nice if Saturdays were still lively and I managed to find something to stream as well. Maybe start working on volume 9. 9, volume 11. And I really hope that by the time the story comes back, everyone is still around. Because I've been doing this for 15 years, and yeah, I don't know what happens between updates, but some people just vanish. I understand life happens, but I mean, generally speaking, just an observation. 2020 is back for February? Volume 9. 2020, my god. I 4 years ago? 5 years ago, god. Six, I suppose now. Six, yes. Look at that, 2 hours and a half. Great. And we're done with this, not visually. I'll have to go over it and make it presentable. A guy with exits. You know the thing I shared today on Instagram and I didn't share today's thing on Discord. My god. All right, let me just. This is January 5th. Jan 5th. So today I posted this. I'll post it on Discord once I end the stream. Just what is gonna be released. And speaking of exits, there's an exit sign here, maybe. I'm just teasing stuff. Daniel's the person who flips the exit sign into an entrance sign. Oh, I love that. Daniel is here to stay, so he's the always here sign. This as well, like if I showed this small thing and I said this is the smallest part of the cover, this is the second smallest part of the cover. Just imagine how big it is. The cover is stretched across front and back, right, and the flaps as well, like the inside flap, the inside fold. We have so many things. So many things. We have at least one black. My god, you're getting me excited for real. When did we say it's gonna be revealed? 2024, what? 24th. I hope to finish the trailer by the 24th. My god. I can't wait myself. I genuinely can't wait. One last thing, if anybody is very nerdy that like to because I was wondering if I should share it online, but I was considering asking on Discord. Anybody interested in like checking the production, all the nitty-gritty updates of what I'm working on every day? Or is that too teasing or something? I don't know. I can't wait for 2024. 2024 was a good year. It was my giving up arc, but it was chill. 25 was very packed, man. Very packed. Sure happened 2025 for sure. No, it's something like this. It's something like... Oh, where is it? Ooh, I lost a... What? I lost a page. I lost a browser page. Okay, that happened. Oh, there it is. Something like this. I was thinking of just from the start to keep it, share it. Very nerdy stuff. Like, music is done, hopefully. Design, proofreading, export. Last check. I'll throw the link on the Discord for those interested. Again, it's just nerdy stuff. Thank you, silly. You just get to see how the progress is happening for the trailer. The trailer is the biggest thing right now. It was the mock-up photos, which I finished today almost. Only the extras left. There will be, like, when I want to stream, I'm gonna include links here and past streams as well. Because from the looks of it, next week is gonna be... There will be streams of me while I'm printing. No, wait. While I'm printing, I'll try to work on the trailer. But once I'm done with the trailer, I'm gonna have to start streaming while I am assembling and stapling the handbook. That makes me so envious and inspired, honestly. I'm like, my whips need a green done mark for real. Listen. Writing everything down, that is the biggest thing you can do. Just scrap, you know? Trailer streams. I'm interested in the workflow. Trailer streams? Trailer streams. Would you be interested in that for real? Because you know what? I wanted to make a video about how I made the trailer for Recap. Remember that trailer I posted on the comeback before Recap started? I had everything planned, and some of it is in Volume 10's handbook, actually.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's very pleasant to check these boxes. Oh my god, it is. If you're interested in the general workflow, I will definitely make a video or a stream that is structured like a video, so people can watch it while it's live or watch it later as a video. Because I did have that completely planned one day. Let me show you. Because I'm too serious about streams. Not streams, about trailers. Oh, I have a ton of things to talk about when it comes to trailers. Oh my god, Blue, you just got me too excited and nerdy about things. I wonder how this works. Right. I hope there's nothing that spoils anything. So I'll definitely keep it in mind to share the workflow for trailers, but it goes something like this. Where is my webcam? See, I did plan to talk about it. Where is my mic? There's my mic. So this was the ARC trailer. Remember part 1? I didn't finish part 2. But yeah, I do go so technical about it, and I write down the liners that I want. But I'm so bad. I don't understand anything about music, but I kind of know what kind of vibe I want and what kind of, like, I remember when I worked on Volume 9, for example, I wanted a music that has, you know, waveform. Waveform is how the music looks. So I wanted something that starts low and then goes bang, 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 big bang. I feel like Tobio and Hinata from Haikyuu. And then I wanted something that goes low again, because I wanted the whole monologue of, like, it was a few seconds, or like the way we looked at each other. I don't remember the monologue now because I'm streaming. It's basically editing on paper. Yeah, I have to write everything on paper. So Blue just, oh my god, you just poked a nerdy person to geek out about one of the things that they're most passionate about. You opened a can of worms, man. I'm getting excited about this video or this stream or this sharing the process, because it's, to me, I just enjoy it so much. Years of experience. Oh. I love problem solving, I guess. That's such a cool way of putting it. I have to find sound to my film this year, which I'm terrible at, but it's actually giving me ideas. I like animation, video editing, so that is right up my alley. You're all making me really excited, because 2025 was the year where I shared a lot of videos and behind the scenes, but then the award happened and I couldn't. So you're now helping me, like making me hyped about my original ideas. Shooting everyone with inspiration rays, that makes me happy. That's honestly, that's why I do everything I want to do. Like everything I want to share, everything I like to share is just for other people to be excited. Like, wait for the video where I just talk about time management. Time management. These tiny books that I use with tiny tasks for every day. This is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to nerd and geek out about. Because if you have a tiny book where you just write the simplest tasks for the day, you're well equipped for life. This is, like I showed you earlier, the Notion page. This is the first time I create a digital page. This is the first time I actually do that. I don't like to work on digital. I don't like to do planning digitally. I just did it because I thought it would be nice to share it for other people. But it's always... traditional is always the way to go. It just feels different. I'm trying to be serious this year, so I totally eat that up. Yeah, 2026 has to be prepared for you, Andy. I have my whiteboard for it. Keeping it all in a book sounds so... Yeah, and it's very... You can see it. Let's... I mean, if you want to go up close and personal, it's always good to have physical things, and physical things where you can see them or come across them. That can happen digitally, but it's way more possible or way more probable to happen with traditional things. And I remember after my father died, it's gonna be 5 years now, I was very depressed and very unmotivated. I still worked on Greyis and drew Greyis and lived inside the universe, but I didn't want to share or make it a career anymore. But having all these books that I finished and they're just on the shelf, at some point I woke up and looked at them and I'm like, wow, I did that. Like, I can do it again. Why not? So you can do that in digital stuff, but it's very unlikely that you would just go through... We just hoard things digitally and never go back to them until something happens and a hard drive crashes and you decide, oh, I'm gonna back up everything now, and then you come across it. So yeah, and then when you make a career out of it or you get big, you can create handbooks, and people are... I was printing the handbook yesterday and I was thinking, like, why people are interested in doodles, man? Not doodles. Art I can understand, but like scribbles. I'm just writing notes like this, and people are interested in getting that handbook. It's wild to me. Anyway, sorry for going on this personal tangent, but thanks, Blue, for getting me excited about this. I'll definitely share everything about the workflow and the behind the scenes of trailers. I have spent 3 days and downloaded 60 tracks for Volume 10's trailer. I really wanted guitars, and I found 2 tracks with beautiful guitars in them. Ask Black, I'm sure he'd love White to do this. Oh my god, he's framing them. But that's Black and White, man. But yeah, 2026, we're gonna see a lot of behind the scenes, hopefully. Clippings, volume 11. But yeah, next week is gonna be... There are gonna be streams. Either... If the trailer just decided to be kind to me and I finished it quickly in 2 days or 3 days, there are gonna be streams of me assembling the handbook or printing the handbook while I play a video game or just chat. I'd love more handbooks and art books to my favorite artist. Welcome, Hummus. It's a big motivation and a great way to study how to make your work you're passionate about. How to make work you're passionate about. That's exciting. Sadly, I kind of felt like this is gonna be the last year I'm gonna do handbooks as well, unless I start printing them somewhere else, especially if they get as big as Volume 10's handbook. Volume 10's handbook is 80 pages. It's crazy. Clippings. Now that we had clippings drop in Greyis, we will get a Greyis drop in clippings. You think? The saddest part about the second saddest part about 2025 and the award and everything is my inability to bring back clippings on the same day that White said that, because I really wanted it. And something else that kind of made me sad that I wasn't able to continue the birthday clipping that I posted, because the continuation of the birthday clipping ties in very nicely to the clippings drop in Greyis. But man, what you can do? Sometimes you're just busy. He would have killed us? It would have been so nice, man. No, you wouldn't be killed. You would have been really happy about it, I know. But I mean, emotionally, yeah, maybe. If the handbooks stop, I will destroy your society. I love the handbooks, but... Oh, let me show you the... Quickly, let me show you the last page of the handbook. Let me see. So volume... Wait. This is volume 9's. Volume 7. Where's volume 8? There was a volume 8 logbook, right? I don't have it. Okay. Looks like I don't have volume 8's, but volume 7's... Wait, where's the... There it is. Volume 7's... Wait, not like this, yeah. Volume 7's had this, thank you. It's from a clipping, right? And then volume 9's, I don't have 8. What? What is happening here? Oh my god, it put the filter on black. Look at that. Look at that. Why did we try it with white? Wait. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what can we do this on? Look at that. What happened to... Well, look at the bright side. I know how to draw a good face with good features. Seeing it as real face. Anyway, this is the thank you. This is for volume 9. And this is volume 10's thank you. The last page, because the first page has the cover. I can't show you. Larissa, the goat. I need to find... We need Daniel with the filter, right? Where is Daniel? Volume 6? No, please. Oh, it's not working that well. It's working on white? What? It's not seeing... Oh, it is. Is it? Oh my god. Oh my god. No. I've destroyed them enough. My god. Let them go? Yeah, letting them go. That happened and I can't believe it happened. Well... This has been really fun. Freedom of the Scarce. It happened so unexpectedly. Yeah. We hit 3 hour. We are over 3 hours by a few seconds. Thanks a lot for being here. This has been real fun. I will drop this link on the Discord. I will share the teaser, and 2 days from now we're gonna get this calendar. Thanks for being here. Great update, fun stream. And next week we have another kind of short update. What did I say about it? Short and white. White, lowercase white. Thank you for hanging around. See you next week.